Hey guys, it's Jake, and in place of episode 8 this week, we're going to do a behind the scenes of how an episode of Search and Destroy is produced from start to finish, and what's our general process about doing it. So let's get started. So we do get a lot of comments about, how do we remove the names above the actors' heads without using theater. And the truth is that we don't use theater. I've actually said this a couple times before. We use the conventional method of holding a throwing knife down and just have everybody have Assassin Pro. In the past, you'd have to use, I think, Cold-Blooded Pro in Modern Warfare 2, but now it's Assassin Pro, and it works pretty well unless you have you need an establishing shot, for which case I just have no characters in the frame and I just use theater for that, or maybe spectator. But this is the way that works for us. I would recommend it if you're just trying to make a really good looking machinima without names above their heads. This is the way to do it, I think. So basically, I'll do the setup for you guys right here about what settings that you have to have. You basically have to have it on hardcore. Uh, you know, Basically everything is normal except hardcore. You might want to have free spectate on if you want to use the free camera without the names above their heads, but that's a different story because the names still come above their heads, but not. It's just kind of weird. Next thing you're going to want to do, unless all your actors have all their stuff ready, you're going to want to create custom classes for them. So here are the classes we have for all of our actors. There's just the standard characters, Quentin, Greg, and Matt, and then all of our other characters that are on screen at one point. Basically, that's it. After that, you just pick your map and you go in there and film, which is the next part I'm going to cover right here. You're going to want to find people that are cooperative, and you're going to want to find people that will listen to you and, won't screw around and won't, be away half of the shoot. Um, Half of our cast is like this. But, I'll tell you guys how you can, be a body actor for our series later at the end of the show. But for now, I'm just going to focus on, the method of filming that we use. So right here is the cameraman's class you need. Basically, it's just all you need is a throwing knife, really. And, because if you leave everything else blank, I think it'll just give you a pistol with a uh, tactical knife. Okay, now this is the part that a lot of people struggle with, the actual recording of the game onto your PC. We use the HD PVR, we actually have two of them. We use the HD PVR and iTV as the software. The PVR is one of the most simple capture cards I've ever used. It's just pretty much you go on your computer, you press a button, it starts recording. It's great for commentaries, great for machinimas. I would recommend it, but pretty much everything goes through the PVR before it gets to the TV, the audio and the video. I run the Xbox into the PVR, and then the PVR outputs that signal to the TV. This way, I'm only recording the Xbox's gameplay and not anything that's on the TV that might, obscure that. Um, Also, this is better because I'm recording basically the raw output, the raw, video and audio of the Xbox into my PVR and then into my computer. This cuts out a lot of headaches that you might get with TVs that don't necessarily agree with the PVR and all that. With voiceover recording and actually getting them to your director, there are a number of ways of doing this. For my personal method, whenever I need to voice act for myself or whenever I need to voice act for somebody else, I actually use just my iPhone. Now, I have the 4S. I don't know how much better the quality is than the other models, but before I had this phone, I had a 3G, and it doesn't seem to, have improved or, done anything to the quality. The quality is pretty good for a phone. Harrison, who is the one who plays Matt, he uses, I think he has a Droid. His isn't as good, but phone recorders aren't a bad way to go if you're just looking for, a good mic. Um, but if you don't have a smartphone or anything like that that can record, I would suggest getting, a mic for your PC that you can just plug it into your PC's mic jack and just record onto some software. One quick little thing on sound, we get our music from my friend Mark. He makes the dubstep in, I think it was episodes 6 and 7. And then the rest of the music, the kind of just cheery kind of jingles music, that was from the iLife suite. They have a whole library of royalty-free songs that you can use. I would definitely recommend it. Also, I said I'd talk more about body acting for us. If you'd like to be a body actor in any of our videos, please send a Xbox Live message to either Jake NHF, that's me, or A Train NHF, that's Matt. We will get around to getting to those. Um, yeah, basically, here are a couple of requirements. You have to have a mic, first of all. That's basic need. We can't communicate with you easily if you don't have one. You need to be mature. You need to not screw around when we're filming. You just need to do what you're told and don't do what you're not told or whatever that is. That's basically everything. If you guys have any more questions, leave them in a comment and I will be sure to answer them. But yeah, that's basically it. Thanks for watching, guys. Please comment, rate, and subscribe, and I will see you guys later.